Hello everyone, welcome back to our online class. Today we are discussing the 100 dresses 2 part 1. In last class we have learned that Wanda won the drawing competition and we can check what happened next. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied thoughtfully for a while. So all the children are watching the drawings of Wanda Petronsky. That a monitor from the principal's office brought a letter, and she read that one. And after she studied it thoughtfully. Then she clapped her hands. Attention, class! Everyone back to their seat. So she asked the class children to sit in their own places. When the shuffling of feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, "I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read to you." Miss Mason stood there a moment, and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. Okay then. So the children, they are watching the Wanda's pictures. So they move back and they had sit in their own places when the sound was stopped. And when the class was still and quiet, she said to everyone, Miss Mason said to everyone, she had a letter from Wanda's father that she wanted to read to everyone. Then she stood there for a moment. So she wanted to show that it's very important letter. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. Her manner indicated that what was coming. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance. So she adjusted her glass deliberately, so that which indicates that the thing what she was going to read, it's very important one. Everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the brief note. "Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also." Who is Jake? Jake is her younger brother. "Now we move away to big city. No more holler Polak. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky." A deep silence met the reading of this letter. So what was the letter? The letter says that Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake and Wanda, they both will not come to school anymore. They are moving to a big city. In that big city, no one is making them fun. No one is asking why you have a funny name. And because there are a lot of funny names in that city. So nobody is worrying about others' name. So the letter says that Wanda left the school. Wanda Petronsky and her younger brother, both left the school. They both are not coming to school anymore. Why they left the school? Because of the bullying. Because of the making fun on them. Because they asked her, they made fun on their funny names. In the city there are different funny names. So nobody is taking care of that. Nobody is worrying about others' names. So here the class become a deep silence because they didn't expect that one. They never expect such a thing would happen there. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice very low. Then she wiped her glass and put it back and she started talking in a very low voice. "I'm sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feeling because his or her name happened to be a long, unfamiliar one. I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtlessness." So she said in a very low voice, "None of the boys and the girls in room number 13 would purposely or deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because they have a long or unfamiliar name. What I said is that it happened in a accidentally, in a thoughtlessness. Okay, I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is a very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad both. And I want you all to think about it." So she said, "Yes, I know it happened in unfortunate way. It happened unfortunate and hazard way. So I want all of you to think about it." The first period was study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. She was very sad. She felt very sad about the incident happened. We know Maddie was not a bad girl. Maddie was feeling sad about the things what happened there. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. So when Peggy was asking Wanda Petronsky how many dresses you have, she didn't ask anything, but she stood there silently. She didn't say anything. So that means she was silently supporting. So what that is as bad as what Peggy had done to Wanda Petronsky. Both had done great mistake. So she was feeling sad about Wanda, but she cannot do anything. Worse, she was a coward. At least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean, but Maddie, had thought they were doing wrong. So sorry, Peggy had not considered that was doing bullying them, but she should thought that was the wrong thing. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. Goodness, she put herself in Wanda's shoes means she can think herself in Wanda's position. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't mean to hurt her feelings. She wanted to tell she couldn't mean to hurt her feelings. Wanda. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. She turned around and looked at Peggy, but Peggy didn't look at her. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, Maddie, had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. She thought, whether Peggy feel bad or not, whatever it is, not a problem. But Maddie, she thought, I wanted to find Wanda. I want to find Wanda and I wanted to say sorry for what she has done. Here, Maddie was a good girl, but even though she can't do anything while the others are bullying Wanda Petronsky, Maddie could have stopped Peggy, but she can't stop. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her, and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. So she thought maybe they may not move away, and she wanted to climb the heights and meet her and tell her that she had won the contest and you were very great, a smart girl, and your 100 dresses were very beautiful. When school was dismissed in afternoon, Peggy said with pretended casualness, "Hey, let's go and see if that kid has left town or not." So Peggy had the same idea. Maddie glowed. Maddie became happy. Peg was really all right. So when the school dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said to her, Maddie, let's go and check whether the girl left or not. And the same idea, she also had the same idea. So Maddie was become very happy because she decided to go to meet Wanda Petronsky. At the same time, when the school dismissed it, Peggy also had the same thought. So she became very happy. So they want to go there and they want to tell her sorry for what they had done, that all are by mistake they had done. They want to say these things. The two girls hurried out of the building up the street toward Boggins Heights, the part of town that was such a forbidding air on this kind of November afternoon, drizzly, damp and dismal. Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly, I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too damp. Anki, look how she can draw. Mary could say nothing, and all she hoped was that they would find Wanda. So she was saying that Peggy was admiring the ability of her drawings or the beautifulness of her drawing, and at the same time she was saying, I didn't call her foreigner or anything like that. I didn't make fun on her name. And she was trying to reason her problems. At the same time, what she was doing, Wanda, Maddie couldn't say anything. She wanted to find Wanda. She wanted to tell her that they were sorry they had picked on her and how wonderful the whole school thought she was, and please not to move away and everybody would be nice. She wanted to tell Wanda that don't move away. So we are sorry for what we have done to you, and you are a very wonderful kid, you should not move away, everyone will be nice to you after this. She and Peggy would fight anybody who was not nice. They will be the supporters, they will fight with anybody if they are not nice at you. The two girls hurried on. They hoped to get the top of the hill before dark. I think that's where the Petronskis live, said Maddie, pointing to a little white house. We saw old grass stuck up here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. So wisp of grass means that bushes, grass bushes, small grass bushes. It's looking like small kittens, very small. So they were reached the height and they saw a little white house, and Maddie said there that may be the house she lived. That was a different place. It's at the heights. So they reached at the top and they reached near the house where Wanda Petronsky lived. The house had its past little yard looked shabby but clean. That place looking very shabby but clean. It reminded Maddie of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. So when they saw that house, Maddie remembered the dress, Wanda's dress. She has only one dress, and that also faded blue cotton dress, but it's what is shabby and clean. It's clearly clean dress. There was not a sign of life about the house. Becky knocked family on the door, but there was no answer. She and Maddie went around the backyard, knocked there. Still, there was no answer. They tried to find anybody there, knocked the door, but they couldn't find anybody. There was no doubt about it. The Petronskis were gone. How could they ever make amends? They turned slowly and made their way back down the hill. So how could they say they understood Petronskis had left the town? How can they say sorry? How can they say them that we didn't do such a things, that we will never do such things again? So they can't do anything. So they turned slowly and they went back back down the hill. Then, well, anyway, said Peggy, she's gone now. So what can we do? Besides, when I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawings. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. So Maddie turned this idea carefully over in her head. For if there were anything in it, she would not have to feel so badly. So Peggy saying that one said, okay, I didn't try to make her fun. When I have asking about her dresses, she was getting good ideas about her drawings. So if I didn't ask her how many dresses you have, that questions, then she will not won this contest. So Maddie also thinking about this one, but she couldn't feel such a nice thought. She was feeling very sad about the things what happened there. But that night she could not get to sleep. She thought about Wanda and her faded blue dress and the little house she had lived in. That night Maddie cannot sleep well. Always she was thinking about Wanda Petronsky and her only one dress, faded blue dress, and the little house she had lived in. Remember, they both are poor girls. And she thought of the glowing picture those 100 dresses made, all lined up in the classroom. At last, Maddie sat up in the bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hands and really thought. So, last she woke up. She couldn't sleep. This was the hardest thinking she had ever done. So she was thinking. She kept her forehead in her hand and thinking. After a long time, she reached an important conclusion. She got an idea. She reached an important conclusion. She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. So she decided, I will not do anything. That means I will not stand simply and without saying anything. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she would speak up. She thought if anybody make fun on another member because they have funny looking or funny name, I will not simply stand there. I will fight. I will speak up against it. So she thought that. She finally she got an idea, that is she got a conclusion, she will fight against the bullying. She thought because of me only this happened, so next time I will not do it. So here we are stopping the class. Next class we will continue the part 2. If you have any doubts, you can ask him in the comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.